Thank you so much for showing up today. I'm super excited to be here to transmute any energy that's no longer serving you and show you the highest light of the creator that is you within the self that you are experiencing here and now. If you're not in your most comfortable position, please get in your most comfortable position. Let's do a body check-in and check in with how the body's feeling. Do you need some deep breaths? Do you need some stretches? Asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? Making this time about you. It's not about me at all. I'm just here as a vessel to communicate to you what needs to be communicated to you through spirit. So let's just start again, checking with the body, putting your hand on your heart. What do I need in this moment? And when you're ready, when you feel self-regulated, when you have that, I'm gonna tell you what I need. I need to talk. I have so much within me to express and share. I don't know if you're fully aware, but I've been getting out of depression and anxiety. I've been relieving myself of these negative mental patterns, and I'm really excited to share that journey with you. I'm really excited to share my story. In February of 2023, I was on a plane with a backpack and a suitcase. That plane was going from Tampa, Florida to Paris, France, and I stayed in a small town called Lesneven for an entire month, and it was the best thing I could have ever done. It connected me with my highest self. I believe that, I don't know if I should say my highest self, but I believe that higher version of me in this reality is a full-time author, and I've got all these ideas and I just love writing. It's something that I could do all hours of all days for free, and that's really exciting to me that I know that that's my thing. And now that I know that it's my thing, it's like, okay, well, like, how does that make you money? And I've known it's my thing since the year 2017 while I was in college, and I wanted to get out of college. Actually, I was very unsure of what career I would possibly do, and it was just a lot. And basically, to cut through that, because I don't want to go too deep into that, I did end up graduating, and I knew writing was my thing, but there was a story in my head that said I need to do other things, like I need to have a career somewhere else and have more money in my bank account before I do writing full time, or like I need to set up some kind of financial stability before. And it was just like this story that felt like chatter. It felt like blabber. It didn't feel like I've had words come to me from within that just seem empowering. Like they're like, for instance, when I got that one-way flight to France, it was like, it wasn't even words, it was like visions where like I saw myself there and felt myself there and knew that it was going to be a good decision. But then this thing with why I couldn't write full time, why can't you do what you love full time? Why can't every single moment feel really, really good? Why do you have to have stress in your life? Why can't you be fully comfortable with who you are? Those are the questions I used to ask myself a lot. Why can't I be fully in love with who I am? What's in my way? And it was a lot of limiting stories. I worked multiple jobs, saved up a bunch of money, and then lost all that money, and then worked more jobs and saved more money and lost that money. And I was never fully committed to myself. I was never, up until now, really, because 2023 was like a major cleanse for me, where I was just like, wow, there is so much negative. I just gotta cut all these cords and get back to me. And 2023 really felt like this like inner child healing. And I was telling you that I stayed in France for an entire month, and that time in France connected me with my author self. I was just in my element. I could not work on anything. I didn't do any projects because I was a mess energetically. I was not self-regulated at all. I had to go through a lot of different modalities and just let myself be so that I could come back to myself. But I felt this connection to this woman. It felt so normal to me. It felt like, oh, I do this every year, once a year, or oh, I do this all the time when I work on my projects. I go stay in these different places. I go to these different countries so that I can be isolated and get my work done and work on my projects. I felt like an employed writer. I felt like a successful writer, even though I wasn't. It was just this feeling that I felt connected to. And I hope that there's a possibility that you have something like this in your life, that there's something you do when you're doing it, you just feel connected to these future versions of you that you feel would give you this great joy and this great happiness to be in the embodiment of this version of you. So yeah, that was my writer self. And fast forward to today, it's been a whole year since I did that, and now I'm making YouTube videos consistently. I have a new project, a new book that I will be publishing this year, and I'm really excited to be able to announce it here. I'm relying on you guys to make this possible for me, which is like a little bit scary, but I mean, who's gonna buy my book other than my YouTube people? So hopefully you guys will be interested in reading a book that is a collection of, I don't even know if I'm ready to talk about it, but it's writing by me. That's all I can say about it now, but that's gonna be released at some point. I have other books that are already complete and already live on Amazon, and I always put the links in most of my videos. I put the links in my description box so that you guys can check them out. I designed a journal once, that was pretty cool. I've been doing a lot of creative stuff this year, and I've not had a very large amount of money in my bank account for over a year, and it's actually been the happiest I've ever been. I've had a lot more money than I have right now, and it didn't matter as much as what I would say doing what I love to do and being in my passion and being in my highest energy and doing what I feel like I can do to matter in this world. And I think that could be different for everyone. If I'm sitting around writing, I can feel very important, and I feel like I'm doing something that I'm meant to be doing, and someone watching this might do the same and not feel the same feelings. I think our heart is a compass, and our heart is always guiding us to where we're meant to be. Another part of me that is definitely guiding me is my mind. Like I said earlier, there have been some negative stories about, oh, like you need to wait until blah blah blah, you need to wait until you have more money to pursue what you're passionate about, like stuff like that has been in my mind before. But my mind is also very encouraging, and my mind is also very excited for my body to be experiencing passion. So when it comes to my mind and my heart, I would say that working together with yourself is really important. And even when you notice negative self-talk in your mind, you have to almost split yourself up and see, okay, this is the negative story, and this is the version of me that's listening to that, and I get to witness this and just cut it off and burn it and let it go and rewrite the story and decide I get to do what I'm passionate about in this moment. If the story previously was I need to wait until I have a certain amount of money to do what I'm passionate about, I could switch that and say I'm worth it, and what I'm passionate about matters, and I can do that now. I have everything I need to do what I'm passionate about. It's something that was definitely passed down to me by members of my family. I've had a lot of members of my family have some strange reactions to the choices that I've made as an adult, and that, even though it's unfortunate to have people not be fully supportive of what you're doing, it does make logical sense, because it's like, okay, if this is a story that's in my head from the generation before me, it makes sense that if that person is still living in that story, that they're gonna be reactive to me changing the story. if it's something that the people around you believe in, and you feel that you believing in that thing is harming you and hurting you. I mean, that's something that happens all the time. I think it's pretty normal to be in a certain community and realize that the things that these people believe, these things that you believe, that they also believe, they're maybe serving them, but they're not serving you. And that's because all of us are different. We're here having a human experience together, but our human experiences are so vastly different. So don't feel bad about being someone that rewrites the story. Don't feel bad about being someone that believes different things than what the people around you believe. If you aren't growing, I mean, I'm assuming you want to grow. And if you aren't growing and you want to grow, I think maybe it will bother the people around you if you're having to believe different things than they believe, and they're used to you being with them, and all of a sudden you're not with them anymore, and you're starting to believe different things and discover different things and write your own story for your life. And maybe that will be upsetting to the people that you've been around, the people that also have these beliefs that you're now growing out of. It might be hard for them to process it in the beginning, but months will pass, years will pass. Once they see you grow and they see, oh, this person couldn't grow with the same beliefs that we've been growing with, and the same beliefs that serve us haven't been serving them, and that's okay. I think all of us thrive with different self-talk. Different beliefs, different ideas will serve different people in different ways. I'll give an example of this. Something that has helped me grow tremendously is I get to do whatever I feel like doing in any moment, and I love making my emotional and mental state a priority. I trust my mental and emotional state heavily, and I do my very best. There are some moments, this isn't like this applies in every single moment thing. There are some moments where I will purposely alter my mental and emotional state. Maybe there's a pattern I need to rewire. Maybe there's not a lot of logic in the mental and emotional state I'm observing within my being. So that's like a special scenario. But most of the time, my mental and emotional state is on my side, and it's communicating with me that, like, this is the way you need to go and this is what you need to do. Awareness is key. It's so key to be aware of how you feel and what kind of thoughts you're thinking in the moment, because that can really save you. That can really save you from being in a really great environment versus an environment that's going to be difficult for you to grow in. And so I wanted to bring that up because I noticed that some people thrive when their mental and emotional state is in a negative space, and they'll actually want to be in an environment that's challenging emotionally, or they want to do work that's mentally and emotionally challenging. Whereas I have found, at least in the past few months, I like to just go really easy on myself and be so chill and follow my mind and heart and really listen to my mind and heart and let them lead me a little bit more, versus having myself be in a certain environment and be like, you need to feel this way and you need to think this way in order to show up. And I just feel like that hasn't been helpful for me. So that's something that I wanted to bring up. It's been especially helpful with YouTube. I watch my mind and I listen to my heart as I'm on camera. And one thing I've noticed with some of the videos I've recently posted, I posted a video on a day that I was feeling low, and I couldn't stop thinking about, and not thinking about, but I was having a lot of memories come to me of times when I was bullied as a child. And I've got all these memories coming to me, and I'm trying to show up on my YouTube channel and I want to make a video. I'm thinking maybe I'll record a meditation or I'll do something like that. That's actually what I thought I was going to do today also, but I'm letting my heart lead a little bit more. And so Yeah, I decided to let my mind and my heart lead, and my mind was clouded with, it was almost like my awareness is standing on a platform and there's these ropes that are tied to these events in my past, and the little guy that's my awareness is like climbing this rope to get to this other platform where all the memories from the past are, like memories from people calling me names and like stuff like that. And it's just like I was just going there, and I was there emotionally too, and I was feeling down, and I knew I wanted to film, and so I just turned on my camera and I just spoke. And that video has over, I can't even say it, like it just shocks me. The video has over 100 views. That video has over 100 views, and I don't know if that's a good thing. It's just a fact. Like, and but I did get some really great comments on it. People saying thank you so much for posting this. Someone said, I love seeing the bravery in you, and I was shocked by the reaction it got, because it was something that a small part of me was a little bit resistant to, because I like to show up empowered and I like to show up in a positive state, and I showed up in a negative state, and I created from a negative state, and it had a positive reaction. So I thought that was really interesting. We are all making this up as we go. You can predict what will happen in the future, and you can be right, but you can also just be in the moment and realize you really never know what's gonna happen. You really never know what can unfold from you just choosing to express yourself. And I'm noticing that choosing to respect myself is always a good choice, but I meant to say choosing to express myself is proving to be over and over again a really exciting, fun, cool choice. I get to learn about myself. You guys get to listen to and watch a human just be. It's probably a little refreshing compared to anything other than that. Yeah, so I showed up today and I did what I felt like doing. That's been my philosophy, showing up and doing what I feel like doing. And sometimes I feel like taking a 2-hour nap. Sometimes I feel like waking up and going for a run at 5 a.m. Sometimes I feel like eating a snack. I don't know why these random things are coming to me, but if we slow down, pay attention to our mind, feel the feelings in our heart, I think we'll realize that we are a lot more genius than we allow ourselves to believe. We look at the mind and think it's so flawed and think it has all these disorders and it needs help and it's not okay and things like that. But the mind is so much more than psychology shows. The mind is so much more than what we as humans have been able to study and have been able to form theories and truths around. I think that there is so much more to the mind, and I believe that new science will come from us. It will come from those that choose to observe the mind. It will come from those that choose to deeply listen. There's a script being played out. There's dialogue. The mind is feeding us words. There's stuff within us going on, and I believe that as we choose to listen and be real, observing what we really think, letting it pass through and be expressed, feeling what we really feel, letting it be passed through and expressed, we will become so much healthier from doing that work. And I'm grateful that I can do that work through writing, speaking, this moment. And I hope that this found you in a good light and you were able to just be with me and appreciate everything that's here. Hi.
No, they don't bite, they just lick.
All right. Well, I just paused for a minute because a couple kids walked by and I felt like I wanted to just let my flow stop for a moment. It's definitely hard for me to flow when there are people around because I tend to like focus on what's happening around me, and it's really difficult to slow down and focus on what's happening within me if there's a lot happening all around me. So that's why I like to find spots like this that usually don't have a ton of people and I can really go within and let it out. Thank you again for showing up here again. I am so excited to continue to connect with you and make more videos. There's an offering that you're not required to participate in at all, but if you've been wanting to have a face-to-face convo with me, if you want a piece of writing that's been made specifically for you, if there's like things of that nature that you feel would enrich your life, I'm available for that. There's a link in my description box here that will take you to a form, and you can find my Venmo and my PayPal and my Zelle there, and you just send me a payment and I'll be able to meet with you one-on-one. We can do a video chat. If you're someone that wants some writing done, you can put that in the form and I can just send you like a custom piece of writing that's just me being in my flow. As I focus on you, I'll channel whatever energy is coming through me, so it's basically you experiencing my perception of your energy just through the energy connection of you sending me a Venmo or a PayPal, which is like a really cool thing that I'm really excited to offer. All of that is in the description box, and if you want to purchase a journal that I designed, that's in the description box too. Again, thank you so much for your time and your attention and your love, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you more. I'm so grateful for you. I just want you to know that when you show up matters, how you show up matters, and you're doing beautiful things in this world, whether you're aware of it or not.